everyone, welcome back to the Integrity Botanicals YouTube channel. Today you are tuning in to part 2 of my RMS Beauty Swift Shadow review and swatches. In the first portion I sort of discussed the packaging, a little bit of the formulation, the price point, how much shadow that we're getting inside, as well as the way that they're intended to be used, the way that they can be used, and just a little bit more about them. So if you want to start there, that's my last one. So you can check that video out in the description box down below. But just to quickly sum it up, these are the RMS Swift Shadows, 20 bucks a piece, 2.5 grams inside. They are single shadows of the powder variety, and they come in 18 different shades with 6 different color categories. Last video I discussed the Enchanted Moonlight, the Garden Rose, and the Sunset Beach categories, and today we're getting into Twilight Madness, Tobacco Road, and the Tempting Touch to finish us off. So 18 shades here. Let's get right into the Twilight Madness. These are all of the grays, the blacks, that type of vibe. So first up is TM21, and TM21, you know, the TMs are never my favorite. I'm not really a silver girl, but if you like 1960s makeup, if you just like more cool tone shadows on yourself, then this will definitely be one that you will love. And this one is just a really beautiful, like a light charcoaly slate color that the reflex of it pulls a very true silver. So if you were to use this over one of the RMS cream shadows, which they pair beautifully that way, by the way, then you could definitely do so, and I really think it would pull out that reflect inside of it. Next up we have the shade TM24. This one's more in the black vein, but it's still not quite black. It is more of a charcoaly black, but this will definitely give you the definition that you need. This one is definitely less sheeny than some of the others in the lineup. Like I said, a lot of them do have that light reflective finish, and none of them are matte, but this one's more satiny with a little bit of reflect in there, quite a bit of depth. You could use it as a faux liner. You could build up the crease intensely if you want to do that. A total smoky eye sort of shade. And finally, in the TM category, we have TM27, and TM27 is lighter than the last one because it's a bit more gray, but the pigment on these ones in particular is really, really stunning. So this one's a little bit more gray, 24 is a little bit more charcoaly dark, and then this one's the most silvery. So if you wanted to do a smoky eye, you could use all 3 in this colorway, and that would make a very, very easy look. We have our lid shade, our crease, and then the outer V right there as a 3-step eyeshadow look, which kind of makes it easy if you want something foolproof with a formulation. Like if you like the formulation already, it is relatively consistent. Some of the lighter shades don't have quite as much pigment, but nothing is like invisible to the touch. Let's move right into Tobacco Road. These are the greens and the browns. None of them are green, but some of them have that green sort of pull to them, which we will discuss. So first up is TR92, and TR92 is sort of perfectly, it's like a brown green. So it has a murkiness to it, you know, almost swampy. I don't, that sounds kind of bad, but you know what I'm saying, like kind of Creature the Black Lagoon color, where if you have brown eyes, that's the type of thing where you want something dark, but it has that little trick to it, so it's not quite as harsh as the last category, not quite as harsh as a black, but will give you a lot of depth and dimension with any eye color. But if you have brown eyes, those little, it kind of picks up in your eyes, especially if they're more hazel. It's really pretty. Then we have the shade TR94, and this one feels like butter. Some of them feel extra buttery, and this one is similar to the last one for sure. I wouldn't say that you need the both of them. This one's maybe just a little bit darker, and this one's almost more gray than green to my eyes here. So that's TR94. And then rounding out the TR category, we have TR97, and this one is the least metallic and definitely the darkest and the most brown. So This is just a good sort of shade that'll really be perfect in the outer V. Again, a good faux liner if you want something more warm toned. It's still not a warm tone. It is more neutral, maybe pulling a little bit cool, but it'll be warmer than the grays and the blacks in the Twilight Madness category. But again, I didn't use anything too dark today. I think I actually used in my crease something from the next category, the Tempting Touch, that we'll get into. But this one would have also worked really well if I wanted to take it up a notch. So these are very good darker shades, very good for adding a little bit of depth and dimension to the eye. Would look really good with any of the purples in Enchanted Moonlight, the Garden Rose. I mean, this is one that would really just work in any category seamlessly. You could probably get a lot of wear out of that one. And that one's definitely the most matte satiny, if you know what I'm saying. Finally, we are rounding it off with the Tempting Touch category. These are all of our beiges and our tans. And this color right here is Tempting Touch 71. And Tempting Touch 71 is actually what I put in my crease today. So I did go in and deepen it just a little bit, but this is how I started off the eye look. Then I put the cream, then the gold, then I did a little bit of purple underneath and that pale tone in the inner corner. But this shade's so pretty. It has that beiginess to it, but you can build it up just a little bit, which I like. It will give you a little dimension, or another good one to put all over the lid for a one and done eyeshadow look if you like a middle of the road type of color to do that. Then we have the shade TT73, and this one is just a little bit deeper. This one's not quite as reflective as well. And this one almost has a purple tone to it. I could see it kind of in the Garden Rose category, but it maybe has a little bit more brown than the ones in that category. So again, good for just adding a little bit more depth. A very wearable shade. Everything in this category is going to be immensely wearable. And some of the ones that I think you'll get the most wear out of, like I think the golds, the browns, and these beiges and tans are sort of the way to go if you want everyday eyeshadow colors. And then we're going to end off the video with the final Tempting Touch shade, and that is the shade 76. And this is really just a beautiful tone. You can really tell that this is a brown. It is a bronzy brown with a rosy tinge to it that I'm just in love with. That might be one of my favorites right there. It's one of those shades that looks good on everyone. If you have a more deep complexion, this would pop a little bit more on your eyelid, so I think that could be a really fun lid shade for an everyday eyeshadow look. But it's so beautiful. I am pretty wild about these overall. I just like that watercolory, very easy to blend effect of these shadows, and I love the way that they work very harmoniously together. Makes your life a little bit easier if you're an eyeshadow newbie. But that's it, you guys. These are all the swatches of the last 3 color categories and of the last 9 shades of the RMS Swift shadows. If you decided not to watch the first part, just get straight into this one. I will link it down below. You can always go over there and check out the rest of the shades. If you want to see any color swatches, they're going to be in the description box of both this video and the one I did previously, so please feel free to check that out. But in the meantime, everything I'm wearing, all of our social media, etc., can be found in the description box down below, as well as a direct link to this product. I got some eyeshadow on my face. Why didn't you guys tell me? Anyway, if you want to shop these products, I always try to include that down below for you guys as well, so it's one easy click, takes you right to the site, and you can get your eyeshadow fix from RMS. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the love and support, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!